Hi, everybody. Okay, so I had a dream last night and I struggled today whether or not I wanted to post this because it covers a topic that I haven't really addressed on this channel yet. It is about, the poke, the jab, um, Dr. Barry, if you follow him, he calls it the heebie because they can't, you can't use the actual word of it, which, it is evidence that there is something wrong with it here. If you can't even use what it's called on social media without getting taken down, obviously there's something wrong here, okay, about this thing. So, anyways, I had a dream about it, and I haven't covered this topic. I've decided I'm not going to really go into much detail about my personal opinions about it. I do believe that it is not of God, and that people should not be taking it. And that is the only thing I'll say in regards to that right now. If you want more of my personal opinion, you can email me and I will speak to you. Unless the Lord leads me to say more about it. But I do feel like I need to share this dream that I had. Okay, so I'll just call it the heebity like Dr. Barry. Okay, so in my dream, I was in like this big potluck barbecue place. There was like maybe 100 to 200 people there, and everybody was eating and having a good time, speaking with each other and reminiscing and just having a great time together. Okay, and I looked over to the other side. It was like an outside complex kind of thing. And I looked over to the other side of the place and I saw two of my old coworkers that I used to work with many, many, many years ago. Okay. And and these weren't people that I were particularly fond of at the time, right? I kind of stayed away from them. But when I saw them, I rushed right over to them and I gave them a huge hug. And my heart was just like bursting with love for these people, okay? And it's not really how I felt about them in real life. But in my dream, like I had so much love for them, and I gave them a big hug, and I was asking them about their lives and what they've been doing, and let's catch up. And I was just so happy to see them. Okay, and I was as I was walking back uh, to the table where my mother and father were sitting. I was on my way back, and I heard over the loudspeaker. Okay, and they announced on the loudspeaker. They said, "Okay, it's almost time. We're going to flip the switch and activate you guys' hibbity." Okay, everyone who took the hibbity, it's going to be activated now, and so it was like a kind of like a ceremony thing where how a new building opens up and someone cuts the ribbon to the building. It was kind of like that, okay? Like a ceremony kind of thing, a very very short little thing where they flip a switch, up on the stage, okay? And when they announced that it's almost time, everybody get ready, it's almost time. The Lord stopped me, and he fell down on me, and he gave me a vision inside this dream. Okay, he gave me a vision, and he said, "This is what's going to happen. This is what's really happening." And in my vision, okay, I saw them flip a giant switch, kind of like an on-off switch. Okay, they flipped a switch, and all of a sudden, everybody in at the potluck, at this barbecue thing that everybody was having so much fun at, they all started to change. Like, they became animalistic. Like, there wasn't really, they weren't really there in their present mind anymore. It was like, I don't know. I don't know. It was odd. They started to attack each other. Okay, they started to attack each other and just very like animalistic attacking each other. Okay, and then the vision ended. Okay, and so I rushed to the table where my mother and father were, and I said, "Look, the Lord just gave me a vision. This is about to happen." And I let them know what it was about to happen, and I said, we got to get out of here. God doesn't want us here right now. We have to get out of here so that we're not here when this happens. Okay. And so my mom and my dad decided to stay, and they wouldn't listen to me, and they decided to stay. And so I left. I just left the whole thing, and I went home. And so I was at home for a little while, and after what seemed to be an appropriate amount of time, a few hours or whatever, they come walking in the door with my older brother, and my older brother now, he's in heaven with God. Okay, but he showed up in my dream, and they came walking in with my older brother, and it was evident that and I don't think my mother at that time had gotten the hibbity. But my father and my older brother in my dream had. Okay, so I asked them, hey, what happened? What happened? Are you guys okay? And they said, well, what you said was going to happen didn't happen. They said they flipped the switch and everybody was fine except for one child who was like running around crazy and trying to attack people, and even attacked my mom said the child even attacked my arm, was trying to hurt my arm, and they said that the child was kind of like an animal. Okay, and they said but nobody else was like that, it was just the child. And so at that point in time in my dream, I was like, I asked the Lord, I said, well, what happened? Like you said the whole place was going to be like this. What happened? And he answered me. He said, it's not going to happen to everybody all at once. So I told my family, my dad, my mom, and my brother, this is what the Lord just said. He said it's not going to happen to everybody all at once. And I said, this thing is bad. It's bad. Nobody should have taken it. Nobody should have taken it. And I said, people need to go to God before they make a decision about something that's going to change their body. I said they need to be asking the Lord for wisdom. And my brother at that point, and it was clear that he had already taken it. My brother at that point, and my brother in real life, okay, my brother was a youth pastor. He was very, very close to God. Okay, very close to God, and he had very, very good discernment in real life. At that point, when I told him we need to be going to God, he said, no, we don't. He said, no matter what choice we make about this, God's going to protect us because he's our father. And it doesn't matter what we do. The Lord is going to protect us. And it was evident to me that this thing had really messed up his discernment. Okay, he was trying to convince me that going to God, and this is what he said. He said going to God and asking him for direction was like we are not trusting him. We shouldn't be asking him for direction and asking him for wisdom. We should just trust him completely and do what we're going to do. and and, I'm like, your discernment is so off. Your discernment is so off. And you know, it broke my heart. And I tried to convince them, you know, this is really, this is not a good thing. And you know, people need to go to God. They need to go to God first. And it was like I couldn't get through to him. It wasn't a logical argument to him. It wasn't the whole, his whole spiritual discernment was off now, because of this thing that he had taken. So that's where the dream ended. I feel, okay, I know I'm probably gonna lose subscribers over this, and that's okay. Um, I have I have I've avoided this subject because I don't want to lose subscribers. And you know, like, I don't feel like I'm an authority on it. You know, I know what the Lord has told me, and I'm going to follow what the Lord has told me. What I will say is that if you are on the fence about it, please, please, please go to God first. Go to God first. Ask him for wisdom. He will give wisdom to those who are truly seeking it. You know, he's not going to lead you the wrong way. You need to be following what the Lord says and not what man says. Um, I'm not going to add any more to it. Uh, you know, I'm just going to let the dream speak for itself. And if the Lord, you know, if you need more explanation of it, go to God and ask him what he wants to reveal to you about it. Um, this kind of shook me a little bit, but it wasn't all that surprising to me. So um, I think that's it. If I lose subscribers over this, it's okay. You know, I'm not here for you know, any human people. I'm here for God, and I'm here to try to speak um, his word, and try to live in truth and help people as much as I can, you know, in my very small little capacity to do so. But even in our everyday lives, we really need to be living in God's truth. We need to be living in living with discernment. We need to be asking him. We really need to be consulting him about everything that we do now. It is very important that we consult with him about everything that we choose to do, because nothing is irrelevant. You know, nothing is, everything means something right now. And, you know, everybody knows the times are changing. So, we got to keep God forefront. So that's what I'll say about that. I love you guys, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye bye.